Have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 17th of December 2023. 17 December is important for pensioners to celebrate the Pensioners Day. Starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, The Hindu states that Japan and ASEAN bolster ties at a summit focused on security amid China tensions. Ties between Japan and ASEAN used to be largely based on Japanese assistance to developing economies, in part due to the lingering bitterness over Japan's wartime action. Japan's Prime Minister Fumiko Kishida Center and his wife Yoko Kishida right pose with the Indonesian President Joko Widodo at Akasaka Palace State Guest House in Tokyo, Saturday, December 16, 2023. ASEAN and Japan celebrate its 50th anniversary of their friendship and cooperation in Tokyo through December 18, 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Congress resolution demands statehood early elections in Jammu and Kashmir. The Congress on Saturday demanded the restoration of statehood and early election in Jammu and Kashmir during a meeting held in Jammu in the wake of the recent Supreme Court judgment on Article 370. The state Congress passed a resolution highlighting that the worst sufferers in the present regime are the people of Jammu and Kashmir. A Kashmiri boatman makes his way through the partially frozen Dal Lake, which is mostly frozen on the surface in Srinagar on Friday, 15 to 2023. The Hindu newspaper also states that Parliament security breach and suspension of MP is not linked to the Speaker. In a letter to members, he says punitive action was for creating ruckus in-house and not for raising the issue. High-powered committee to review Parliament security and devise preventive steps. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla conducts proceedings on December 14, 2023. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper states that a tale of two parliament attacks and shifting sands of politics from rivalry to bad blood. 2023 has seen a disquieting suspension from parliament of 14 MPs for flagging its security breach. Open would not be worth if it's assault or if it doesn't hold government to account on such a grave issue. On December 13, two men had jumped into the Lok Sabha chamber from the visitors' gallery, raised slogans and opened canisters that emitted yellow smoke. Indian Express also states that plot to kill Khalistan separatist Panun. Two more courts to take call on Nikhil Gupta extradition, says his Prague lawyer. Municipal court has ruled in favor of United States request. Government has final say. Khalistan separatist Gurpatwant Singh Panun. Indian Express also states that Aadhaar-based consent for children to go online proposed in new data protection rules. Closed-door meeting with the industry scheduled on December 19. Without revealing Aadhaar details of users, internet platforms will be able to obtain simple yes-no responses from Aadhaar database based on a user's age. The Hindustan Times newspaper states that no retrospective effect of order on enforcement drive to disclose grounds of arrest to Supreme Court. Section 19 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act deals with the power to arrest. The Supreme Court ruling that Enforcement Directorate is bound to provide a copy of the grounds of arrest at the time of an accused being arrested under money laundering charges is applicable only in cases after the October 3 judgment, the top court said on Friday. Hindustan Times also says that logjam in negotiations between India and EFTA on free trade deal. The 20th round of negotiations was held in person in Geneva by video conference during November 20 to 30. Negotiations between India and the European Free Trade Association on a trade deal have run into the logjam because of Switzerland's concerns on mobility and intellectual property rights and a revised Indian proposed on market access for goods. People familiar with the matter sometimes also states that Odisha to host a grand event in the Puri for inauguration of Jagannath Temple got it out. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik laid on foundation stone of the project in November 2021 for development of the area within the 75-meter corridor of the boundary wall of the Jagannath Temple to transform it into a pilgrim center complete with all modern amenities. The Odisha government would now host a grand event during the inauguration of the beautification of the corridor around the iconic Jagannath temple in Puri from January 15 to 17, just a few days before the consecration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya on January 22. Hindustan Times also states that India-Oman to give push to attacks for free trade deal. India and Oman agreed on Saturday to give a push to negotiations to finalize a bilateral free trade agreement, even as the two sides adopted a vision document to shape ties in the coming decades during talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Sultan Haitham bin Tariq. Going towards the economy of the country from a business point of view, academia needs to step up more fundamental research on chips. High-tech Garg, in an interview with Agam Walia, Garg highlighted how chip design can improve electric vehicle battery longevity and secure devices against the evolving cyber threats and the need for the more research at the university level. Hitesh Garg, Vice President and India Country Manager and at Nasdaq listed NXP Semiconductors. India will remain lower middle economy by 2047 if growth rate is not over 6%, Raghunath Rajan. Speaking at a program in Hyderabad, the economist said if the country does not grow faster, it will grow older demographically before it gets richer, which means there is the burden of an aging population to deal with. Also, that the point, the former Reserve Bank of India chief said some southern states are growing with regard to population at below reproduction rate. In other words, the fertility rate has fallen below reproduction rate, thus slowing the growth. Going towards the world news, including Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hints new negotiations underway to record Gaza hostages. Gupta's indictment may significantly damage ties. 5 Indian American lawmakers after briefing. United States warns North Korea against nuclear attacks. United States and Britain say their navies shot down 15 attack drones over the Red Sea. 3 hostages mistakenly killed by troops were holding a white flag, says Israeli ministry officials. Israel and Qatar explore revival of deal for Gaza hostages, report. Going towards science and technology, 17 ocean planets discovered in habitable zones of distant stars. A new NASA study has discovered 17 exoplanets that could have liquid water under their icy shells, with the water breaking through the surface in the form of geysers and water plumes. Water from the subsurface ocean of Saturn's moon and cleared sprays from the huge fissures out into the space. NASA's Cassini spacecraft, which captured this image in 2010. Government issues high-risk alert for Apple and Samsung products, tease multiple vulnerabilities. The Indian Computer Emergency Response Team (CERT-N) has alerted Apple and Samsung users of multiple flaws that could compromise their data and device security. Apple and Samsung users beware. The Indian government has issued a high-risk alert for both companies, warning for multiple flaws that could compromise your data and device. Customers query at the Apple Fifth Avenue store for the release of the Apple iPhone 14 range in Manhattan, New York, United States, September 16, 2022. From the technology point of view, there is no silver bullet to fight climate change. Samir Sisodia, CEO Rainmaker Foundation. Sisodia spoke to IndianExpress.com on the Rainmaker Foundation, his passion for sustainable living, his investment and grant-making philosophy, and the opportunities and challenges for climate tech startups in India. Samir Sisodia is the CEO of Bengaluru-based Rainmaker Foundation, a non-profit that supports climate action and a healthier environment. A technique-turned farmer, Sisodia helped start farm a collective near Bengaluru and has his own farm in Kog. Express photo by Jitendra M. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Mirza Beg Asatullah Khan Ghalib, whose birth anniversary is 1797 up to 1869, also known as Mirza Ghalib, was an Indian poet of the Urdu and the Persian languages. He was popularly known by the pen names Ghalib and Athad. His honorific was Dabirul Mulk Najmud Dawla. During his lifetime, the already declining Mughal Empire was eclipsed and displaced by the British East India Company rule and finally deposed following the defeat of the Indian Rebellion of 1857. These are described through his work. Mr. Ghalib says a famous quotation. He says that in the deadly sweep of every wave, 1,000 dangers lie in wait. Okay, thank you.